What's up, guys? So I started to record this video originally and I unboxed everything, and after the video was done I realized that the camera lens was not focused, so I'm just this huge blur the whole time. But anyway, that doesn't matter because we're doing it over. So you won't get to see me unbox it, but you will get to hear me talk a little bit about this company Syntrax. So Syntrax, in case you didn't know, my last video talked about a company that I was potentially going to be sponsored with. And yes, I am sponsored by Syntrax. So they were gracious enough to bring me onto their team to support me, even though they've been supporting me in the previous years. And I'll explain that in a second. But first, I wanted to say, if you are a competitor, if you are into health and fitness, if you just want to change your body, period, Syntrax is a great company to do that with, and I'll tell you why. One, their products taste really good, and I am not saying that just because I'm partnered with them. I legitimately used Syntrax before I even got in contact with them, before they even brought me on the team. I've been using Syntrax for prep for a long time. Reason being, let's take their nectar for example, their nectar sweets. One of the sweetest proteins that you can get, and literally one of the cleanest too. 0 fat, 0 carbs, and 24 grams of protein per scoop. That's usually not common. So this, as you can see on the front, is a whey protein isolate. Now, in case you don't know the difference between the proteins, you have concentrates, caseins, isolates, and then you can even have hydrolyzed isolates, which I would recommend you go on Google just to check out more information on that, because I'm trying to make this a little more short and sweet to the point. But an isolate, typically when you find isolates in the store that claim to be isolates, they still have fat, and some of them may even have carbohydrates in them. Now, when you get to an isolate, usually that it requires the steps to remove the sugars and the fats. So when I see an isolate that has fat and carbohydrates in it, to me that usually tells me that it's not that great of a protein, just in my opinion. So when I prepped for my last competition and the competition before, it was very essential that I found a protein that was very clean. And when I say clean, I mean no fats and no carbohydrates. And that's when I came across the nectar line. That's when I had started to use the nectar line. Now, I've known Syntrax since I first started bodybuilding, which was back in 2007 at the beginning of college. It was actually one of the first proteins that I was introduced to by a friend which knew I didn't like the taste of protein. And back in that day, I was introduced to Syntrax 2.0, and if you look on their site, you can still see it. They still make it. It's great stuff. It mixes really easily with a spoon. It's fantastic. But more recently, I got stuck on the nectar sweets. This last competition, I got the vanilla bean tort, and that's what I used throughout my prep. I tried a couple others. I think I got a tub of the lemon iced tea, and I'm not a huge iced tea fan, but it did taste like iced tea. But the vanilla tort was fantastic, and I've just been nothing but impressed, which takes me to the story of how I got into contact with them. After the competition, which I ended up getting 3rd out of 11, which is, for me, was a huge accomplishment, and I felt was really good because there was tough competition. But I just wanted to get in touch with the company and tell them just about the great product that they make and how I used it throughout my prep, and it was just really good in a pinch. Just great quality. And so, long story short, I reached out. I wasn't even interested in a sponsorship, to be honest. I was just wanting to let them know and shoot them some pictures and be like, hey, you guys are doing a great job. I love your stuff. Keep up the good work. And one thing kind of turned into another as we started talking more. I told them just about me being in the military, and there's long days. There's training for a competition that I may or may not be in each year, and how important it is to be able to have a product that is good stuff, that not only tastes good, but that meets the goals for whatever I'm striving for, or whatever you're striving for, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to change your body style, whatever. A lot of people ask me too, whether I'm in the gym or just people that know I'm into fitness, they often ask, what's a good protein? Now, I'm not gonna say oh, you know, this brand or that brand is the only brand you should ever buy or whatever. You want to find a protein, in all honesty, based off of its quality, its content, and just good practices, right? And that's why I've used Syntrax. That's why I've used Syntrax for my prep, because I seriously need something that is zero fat, zero carbs, and just protein, and an isolate for that matter, and something that tastes good. You know, I hate choking down like a chunky protein shake, you know, where you're drinking it, you get those chunks and you gotta chew them. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes those. So with Syntrax, they were kind enough to bring me onto their team. They were kind enough to send me this goodie bag with this little drawstring bag, and then they sent me this super like heavy duty Aero bottle. I've actually never heard of Aero bottle, but it's a pretty legit water bottle and shaker cup. It's steel and great stuff. But here's where you come into play, right? As I said before, always choose your supplements and choose your proteins based off of quality. I'm here telling you what I see as the best quality. I have not had a protein like Nectar or the Matrix 2.0 that tastes as good. There just aren't any proteins out there that I've liked as much as I like the Nectar. I actually seriously look forward to when I mix a shake, because it's like candy. It's like a milkshake. If you put ice in there and a little bit of milk, it's like a milkshake. But back to what I was saying, here's where you come to play. 40% off of their site. It's important too for you to know this is a code that you get to use on their site for 40% off their entire site. They don't just make protein. They make mass gainers, they make aminos, they make fat burners, they make medical protein, for crying out loud. I mean, you want to talk about quality, medical protein for people that need to have protein but maybe don't need to have certain ingredients. Maybe they need to have, you know, maybe they can't have an all-natural sweetener in there, or, you know, whatever. Maybe they don't want the flavor. I mean, 40% off of their entire site. But it's important to know, I don't make commission off of this. I don't make any money. I work a full-time job. I'm in the military. I don't make money off of this. Purely, I'm with the company because I legitimately love their stuff and because I use it. So I've never been a person that's will try to be part of something that I don't believe in or promote or use something myself. I'm not going to try to push a product. I'm not a big pusher of a product to begin with, but I'm not gonna tell you guys about something that I personally don't think is good. If someone were to ask me, like, what do I think is the best protein? It's Syntrax. It's legitimately Syntrax. It's the Nectar. You want something sweet? If a girl comes up and asks me, like, hey, I want something that's really good, I'm really picky on flavor, Nectar sweets. They got, like, what is it, strawberry mousse or milkshake. They've got chocolate truffle. They've got vanilla bean tort. Like, my mouth is getting watery just thinking about all them. Then they've got all these fruit flavors. So the reason I'm amped up is just because it's legitimately good stuff. So save yourself some money, 40% off. Try this stuff out. If you don't want to commit to a tub, try their sampler pack. Call it in, and they will send you like a box of all these samples. And it's fantastic. You know, just try it out. And I think you can, there's sampler packs, and then I think you can also get just single flavors at a time if you wanted to. You'd have to look online, which I'll put below. Also, stay posted, because the next post I do regarding Syntrax, I want to do a giveaway, and it'll probably be like a 2-pound tub or a sample pack, or I don't know. I have no idea. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think you'd like to do a giveaway with, and we will do it. So this is all I have for you guys for now. Big shout out and thank you to Syntrax for your support even before you were officially supporting me. So we will catch you guys on the next side. Lift heavy and do your best in all that you do. See you guys. Okay, so I just finished recording the video and I made myself a shake, and I just, like, it's so freaking good. All right, so I gotta show you this. Remember I was talking about protein not being chunky? watch this. I'm just gonna show you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I already drank 2 scoops. So I'm gonna take 1 scoop and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it in the shaker, right? So you can see this is all like, you know, it's in there. I'm gonna put some water, probably not enough, but whatever. And I'm gonna prove to you that this stuff is not chunky. For all you ladies out there, this stuff, if you're really particular, this is really hard to do with one hand. If you're really particular on, I don't know, just stuff not being chunky in your shake, then this stuff is perfect. The flavor is absolutely fantastic, but yeah, watch this. So, kind of a mess here, but I'm gonna show you like how smooth it is. Like, if you see any chunks, let me know. Like, this stuff is literally the consistency of milk, excuse me, of milk. It's just nuts. So, as you can see, there are no chunks in here. Like, it's just, I'm trying to get it to focus. It's hard to focus. There's no chunks. So, it's really good stuff. And just to prove this, I'm gonna pour it back in the bottle. Super smooth, super good. I know this video, the way I'm doing this is really ratchet, but, and I'm making a mess, whatever. Whatever, look, it's smooth, there's no chunks. I'm dripping everywhere, but there's no chunks. Like, look at the bottom of the glass. There, look at right there, there are no chunks. Look at that, no chunks. Bam, case closed, and my kitchen is messy now. So, give it a shot, give this stuff a shot, it's excellent stuff. We'll see you guys.
Make the ground shake.